Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of the Motorsports Almanac. Getting ready to go into the National Farm Machinery Show. This is going to be coming out the Tuesday before the farm show. We're going to be breaking down the Thursday night session. We've got four awesome classes again. The 93 Super Farms, the 62 Super Mod two-wheel drive trucks, the 95 Limited Pros, and the 10-2 Pro Stocks. We've already broken down Wednesday night session. We had a little bit of fun with it towards the end, fighting over who we thought was going to win. So make sure you guys go back and listen to that one. This should be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Pandora, all of your major podcasting platforms. And I think we're going to release it on Facebook as well. But we have got a full panel for this one. Wyatt Schulte, Charles Poach, and Jonathan Powell. Fellas, what's going on?
Living the dream.
Second that.
Somebody's anyway.
Yeah. Not ours, huh?
No.
Yep. Y'all, we had a lot of fun last time we broke it down. Charles, you weren't with us last time because we kind of just did it last minute the night that we did it, but we're here. We're ready to break it on Thursday and Friday. Here in one session, we're going to do this one, then we're going to break and record Fridays. So what are you guys looking forward to the most for this Thursday night class?
I mean, everybody can sit here and say they're looking forward to the Pro Stocks. I mean, everybody hangs around for them for a reason, and that's why they put them last, because they know people are going to hang around for them. But, I mean, aside from that, I really like this Super Farm lineup.
I do, too. I mean, you've got I would argue it's the more stacked up session of all of them. I mean, the Wednesday session is too, but this Thursday, I mean, it just seems like it's one missile after another. Mm-hmm. And then the 4-1 class really jumps out to me too with the names that are in it, but we're going to dive into that. Jonathan, you've got Super Farms broken out for us. Lead us off with Mr. Anderson, checking out what did he do for this year?
Well, this year he is your Grand National points runner-up. He made 12 total appearances. 11 top 10s, 8 of those were in the top 5s, and he had 2 wins, both coming from Sandwich.
Yeah, he ran good all year long. A little bit of a rough ride at Bowling Green from what I remember on the Saturday afternoon session, but he's already been out. Charles, you and I saw him at Midwest War Nationals. I think he got third both sessions. So, I mean, I expect nothing but good things.
Well, to follow him up, we have Mr. Jason Benser with Plastic Money. This year, he finished 5th in Grand National points. He had 24 total appearances. That's regional as well. 20 top 10s, 13 top 5s, and he had 1 win coming from Hartford, Michigan. Another solid running tractor. I mean, like you said, it's just one after another so far.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about coming out of that Region 2 side of things. I mean, that's really the heart of the Super Farms where they are. Charles, you've seen him probably more than any of us dare have over the years.
Yeah, it's a good tractor, and it runs really well. They do shuffle drivers through it a little bit, so it's kind of a team effort, and that seems to be not altogether uncommon either for them to do that.
Yeah, that's going to take us to Trip Downing. Farm Show rookie, the homegrown. He's already been out this year as well at the Midwest War Nationals. He finished well. I think he made the finals for one of the classes, didn't he? But then he broke.
I talked to him. He didn't actually run. He was there, but the tractor wasn't ready. From what I recall.
Homegrown?
Yeah, homegrown was there.
Yeah, homegrown.
Yeah, I know he had problems with it.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes, he did run, and I forget, jumped out of gear or something.
Yeah, I mean, they played it safe. They were like, look, we've got time to take it apart. And before we go into the National Farm Machinery Show, so he really wanted to make sure he was ready for that. I mean, this is his first year. Second in the Badger State points, right, JP?
Yep, second in Badger State.
Yeah.
It's not a very old tractor, but it's a tough one.
Yeah. I mean, how long has it been around? Has it been, 3 years now?
3 years. Yep.
Yeah. That's going to take us to one of our regulars, JP. Jimmy Hawkins, Farm Fed Deer.
Yes, sir. He finished second in Mid-South points. This one will be the third year that the tractor has ran at the farm show. I think Jimmy ran it the first year, and last year Adam ran it. I could be wrong. I know Adam ran it last year. He had a win in Hillsboro, 8 top threes. Last year he was third in his prelim and finished fifth in the finals.
Yeah. Super strong Mid-South tractor. I mean, whenever you're looking at the standings, it's always him and Woods. It seems like they're flip-flopping back and forth.
And
But,
I
he had a
know
really good year.
that win at Hillsboro, another thing to consider, they put the intercooler on and then won at Hillsboro. They didn't run an intercooler at the first half of the season, I'm pretty sure, and then they flipped the switch at Hillsboro and put it on and ran it for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty significant change, I would say, to make in the middle of the year like that too.
And then, of course, you can't run it at the farm show.
Right. They've been working on it. I talked to Brady and a couple of others this past weekend. They'll be there and be ready.
Yep. Just got it back from Michigan.
Yep. That's going to take us to one that's the name's no stranger to the farm show, the Screaming Norwegian. I think Screaming Norwegian's been at the Farm Machinery Show since the beginning of the Super Farm class, man. Even in the 72-20 days, I think that's what it was.
He's no stranger. That tractor definitely isn't a stranger.
Right. Justin Johnson's going to be behind the wheel. 7th in the PPL points, if I recall us discussing earlier, JP.
3rd in PPL points.
3rd in PPL. Okay.
With
that
2 wins.
Like I'm thinking about. My bad.
Yeah.
No, they're a staple wherever they go. Doesn't matter if it's Champions Tour or Badger State. They compete everywhere.
Yeah. How much do they run Badger State? Like, how much do they actually have time to run there?
It's a lot. It's a lot more than you think.
Really?
When it comes to Champions Tour, Super Farm side, there's a lot of guys that are from Wisconsin, aka Vinny's, Score, Gunterberg, Slama, Barman. But when they have time, they have like an example this past year from Shiny Diesel Extravaganza. They're in there Friday night. They come back home and Highland, Wisconsin is Saturday night, and they go straight from Indiana to Highland and run. So
Wow.
they'll go right there.
Yeah, those are some miles to be covered for sure. But that's going to take us to Mr. Josh Miley, the Hyatt Maintenance out of Indiana.
He's no stranger.
Yeah, this is my early – I think this is going to be my early favorite.
Well, he was your PPL points champ, and me and you actually were very surprised when we were at Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, to see him roll up.
Yeah. Yeah, we were. I mean, we didn't expect it at all, but he had some time before the first Champions Tour Hook of the Year, so he's said, well, I haven't been to Lawrenceburg in a while. He said, I want to come down and see if it was just like he remembered, and he did well, as expected.
Yeah, silent dominance is what I talk when it comes to Josh. 40 years in a row winning a PPL title. Not like these past couple of years, 1 to 2 wins, not totally dominant, but just consistently in the top 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
So next,
Well, that's going to take us to Mr. Jeremy Roberts in Wicked Whitetail. He had 3 Grand National appearances, 2 top 5s, both in BG. He was your TPC winner. They broke in Sandwich. I believe it was the transmission, wasn't it? And we really didn't see anything from them since. I know they've been working, trying to get that thing ready to roll for the show.
a little bit of both, actually, transmission and rear end.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they heard it at a Champions Tour Hook in the beginning of the year anyway, and then they were just kind of running with the Band-Aid on it, and then Sandwich, it just finally took the whole thing. But they've been working hard. They fired up the engine here a couple of days ago. They're going to be ready to rock and roll.
Yep. Good running tractor.
Yeah, it's going to take us to another farm show rookie. She's never pulled indoors, but the tractor loves the arena. We're going to talk about Miss Tori Slama. They didn't have their most outstanding year this year on the PPL points, if I'm not mistaken. Certainly not a Slama-esque season.
No, they finished 9th in PPL points this year, which is very uncharacteristic.
Very. And they started out pretty good, too, and just something just wasn't floating. I mean, I'm sure the rotation of getting to learn the seed and all that, too, probably was a factor. but Don's gonna have his hand in the setup, and so is his son. I'm sure she'll have a good shot at it.
Mm-hmm. I mean that tractor loves that track. I mean, it's been there since I can remember. You know, being real little and everything. Fast and Furious was one of the top running names.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to bring us over to Mr. Randy Thomas with Bad Bodacious. He had 2 Grand National appearances this year. Both were at Brandenburg with top 5 finishes. And, I mean, that's really all I could find on him, unless y'all have something.
Yeah, he didn't run the full Mid-South Tour this year, which, I mean, is understandable, as many as they have to cover anymore.
Yeah.
But whenever he showed up to Brandenburg, I mean, he got 4th on Saturday night. He runs good. The tractor seems to love that building anyway. I mean, he's no stranger to being in the Farm Machinery Show with it. He's been in the finals before. It's not going to shock me one bit if he's into that top 4.
Oh, no, not at all.
Nope.
Yep, that's going to take us to our next one, Joey Toadvine. The Redweiser tractor. Everybody remembers the pass that the Redweiser team had there last year at the National Farm Machinery Show, just absolutely stuffing it in the sand. That was with a different driver, though. Joey, to my knowledge, has never driven at the Farm Machinery Show, but I'm sure the notes they have from last year is going to help him out a bit.
He did more than stuff it in the sand. He decided he was going to go over it.
Yeah.
He pulled in Mid-South a little bit, but he got 10th. With Grand National, he had 5 appearances, 2 top 10s. He was your Midwest region champion. So, I mean, he's got a pretty solid resume for this season. I mean, yeah. I think we're going to see another good outing from them. I mean, it's one of those tractors that you have to watch.
Yeah, and I mean, kudos to them this year, too. They didn't run just one spot. They really bounced around, taking the intercooler on and off as far as I know. But they certainly ran hard enough to get that Midwest region title. And, I mean, you're running up against guys like Josh Miley and Jeremy and Maston and a few of those other ones that run that Midwest Championship Series along with the Champions Tour, and he did enough to beat them out. So why not run the discussion?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Charles, we're coming back up to Michigan for this next one. David Whalen. My last excuse, how long has he been pulling for?
Oh, I remember him in the mid-90s. Back then, he was running pro stock in those days. But when Super Farm came along, he dropped down to that class. But he's been here a long time, very consistent.
It's another good running tractor. I mean, on the season, he had 25 total NTPA appearances. 22 of those were top 10s, 9 top 5s, and he had a win at Rockwell. I mean, that's a pretty good statement.
Yeah, I mean, Rockwell is probably one of the best tracks on the circuit. That's a power track. That tells you all you need to know about it.
Yep.
That's good enough. Wyatt, we're coming up there in your area now. Steve Yagi, holy smokes. What do you know about him besides he won Region 3 this year?
Back-to-back Region 3 titles. Second year in the farm show. Steve's been around the trucking industry and racing a long time. Pulling not as long, but that tractor itself has been in the farm show before he even had it. And Steve's he's gonna compete well. I mean, that's a given. I mean, wherever he competed, he was top 5 and tall him up both times. It's no slouch, but none of these guys are slouches. So,
right. That's gonna wrap up our Super Farm class here. We'll come back at the end and make our picks for that class to see who's gonna win it, like we did in the last episode. But that's gonna take us to our 6,200-pound two-wheel drive super modified trucks, and we're leading off with a tough one. Miss Ashley Corzine, the rekindled, probably one of the slickest looking trucks there is out there on the tour. Wyatt, what do we got?
Well, I don't think Dominant is anything short of what they did. That won the ITPA championship, and you go through results on that side. I mean, they completely ran through that state organization. Every hook, they were either top 5 or they won. They went out to the Outlaws out in Rock Valley, swept there. Went out to Bowling Green, did well there too. Craig or Ashley, whoever's in the seat, both good drivers. It's one of the early favorites, I'd say, for this show at least, because they just consistently compete.
So now let me ask you this: did she win the ring this year at Bowling Green?
Nope, guy on the bottom of the list did.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna
she
take.
won it. She won it in 22.
That's right. Okay, I had my years mixed up. It's gonna take us to Mr. David Hunt, the Shameless truck out of Texas.
Shameless, 2 NCPA top 5s, didn't run the complete outlaw circuit, being from Texas, but did win the Texas Truck and Tractor Pullers points. Top 5s at Canton, though, don't hold that against him either. I mean, that's another top finish. I mean, against great trucks. No slouch at all. I mean, David's been around this game for a long time. So,
yeah, he really has. Up next, we're going to go to a familiar name to us, but he was in another class at the time whenever he did. It's Mr. Frank Keener, the Sauced Up truck out of Ohio. It's good to see Frank back in the National Farm Machinery Show.
Yeah, it's going to be different not seeing him in the Super Farm Show, but nonetheless, he's in Farm Show again. Jumping in the tool drive class, they did very well this year. Second OSTPA points. Couple wins on the season there. Consistently did well. But now they're going to go against the best of the best in that class from all over the country. So,
yeah. Do we have any idea where Triple X ended up?
Hoods are on a 5.0 Pro.
Okay.
So, that's all I know.
Yep. That's going to take us Mr. Brandon Lee, the Wild and Blue crew out of North Carolina. They were rookies last year, I think, and they ended up being first hook in their session. So that means they didn't even get a chance to watch one go down the track. And I think they pulled on Thursday last year as a leadoff man.
Yeah, rookies last year at the Farm Show. I mean, if they're back again, they won, Indianapolis, Carolina points. It's a good running truck. It's got a good history. Ran down North Carolina for the main part of the season. Ran some in Fort Recovery for the Grand National appearances. Mid-pack there. But I would say after being a rookie last year and being there again, I'm going to have a little bit better knowledge of what to go into thinking for that show.
Oh, absolutely.
On the next, we're going to go to Seth Markey and the High Cotton truck out of Texas. High Cotton, again, in the Farm Show. Part of the Neves crew that travels with the modified. 4th in Outlaw points. They had 2 wins, 2 which are dominant on the Outlaw side. But consistently running against tough trucks like the Nelsons from Texas, side checks. When they went to Rock Valley, competing against guys like Corzine, Nelsons from Illinois. So running against good trucks. It's a real good truck. It's winning against those guys. So they've got data from there. So
yeah. The next one I'm not even familiar with, Mr. Ray Miller, another bad decision.
This is the old David Hunt Black Widow T-Bucket. Now, Ray used to have a red T-Bucket called Bad Decisions. This one, it's black. Now, another bad decision. Outlaw points champ, consistently ran the top 5. Everywhere you look, he was always in the top 5. I don't know if they've ever been to the Farm Show before. We'd have to go back and ask Ray if he has or not. But I would say he would have some good idea going to Farm Show, being as he's at least ran a bunch of times. So,
yeah. By the way, credit to you digging into the Outlaws from this season to find those 2 wins of Seth Markey's. I'll give you credit for that one because you had to do some digging to find those.
Yeah, Outlaws don't make it easy. You got to read all of it.
Yes, I trust me, I'm aware.
Yeah, and it's nothing against them, but whenever we're doing things like this, we're probably going to find what we can find and move on honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, we just don't have time to dig through. I mean, they just have so many events and everything. It's hard to figure out what class went where for what.
And you got to go through all of them to figure it out.
Hopefully, they get that fixed. I've kind of talked to a couple of them about it. They said they'll probably fix it soon. But that's going to take us to Illinois. Dale Nelson, forever hooked. You never, ever, ever, ever count this truck out whenever he shows up.
Runner up in the ITPA points right behind Ashley, consistently running against good trucks too. I mean, they're all of them that are in the farm show are good trucks. I mean, Dale ran against the Nelsons that he's related to. He's running against Nelsons that are from Texas. Ran against Ashley. He's ran against the top dogs at PPL Champions Tour. But stayed around home for ITPA and
Yeah.
couple wins there, but still, nonetheless, wins are wins.
I mean, it's nothing unusual for him to pop up down here and run with us either sometimes. I've seen him at Mid-South hooks too. He doesn't mind to jump around either.
Oh yeah, that is the truth.
Yeah.
Next, we're gonna go to the Texas version of Nelson's, Don Nelson, and Whippet. Now, Whippet is the purple of the team trucks. Whippet was 5th in outlaw points. Now, 5th in outlaw points, maybe a little lower than everybody expected, but how many they have to compete against every week? 15 plus on the outlaw side, and even compete against guys that he doesn't normally compete against. Like I said before, Corzine, Illinois, Nelson, Stone Rock Valley. Truck's not a stranger to farm show. So,
yeah, neither is he. I mean, you talk about that outlaw two-wheel drive group. I mean, it's one of the toughest two-wheel drive groups. Ain't the two-wheelers from Texas, man? They're tough to beat no matter where they go.
that is a fact. Well, next we're going to go back up to Illinois for another Nelson, Jared Nelson. Now,
Yeah,
the Midnight Revenger is one of, I'd say, silent assassins of two-wheel drives because they'll sneak up on you.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter who's in the seat because there's a lot of drivers that change between these trucks.
Yeah.
But the Illinois Nelson trucks consistently, they were in the top. They covered the top 3 in points for PPL. Jared had 1 win on the season, but consistently in the top 5, he had 4 top 5 finishes out of 7 PPL hooks this year. Nothing to hang head against, and then go on the ITPA circuit and win there too. Against the same trucks. So no slouch. Obviously, when the last name Nelson comes up with tool drive, it's not going to be a slouch.
Right.
So,
No matter which group of Nelsons it is. On top of that,
Now, is that the same group with Midnight Gambler?
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
So that'd be Jared's brother, Jeremy.
Okay. I thought they were also related to the Nelsons from Texas too, in some shape or form. Am I
can't speak
mistaken?
on that. I can't
Okay.
speak on that.
I always remember Midnight Gambler. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, used to it was it purple or blue? I mean, way back when.
Back in the early 2000s of the farm show days that I remember, it was green. I
It
Green
think.
and white.
It may have been green and white. I thought at one point in time, because they're the only ones that I've seen with that body style on it. I haven't seen another one.
There's
Yeah.
2.
Okay, there is 2.
Yeah, the other one's in Canada.
Okay.
Oh, now what body style does that one run? I know we're getting off on sidetracked here, but
I think it's supposed to be a Dodge. I mean, it's big. It's hard to miss.
It's a Dodge panel van.
is it? Okay.
Yep. They're
Yeah.
they're used to being that big. So
Yeah.
anyway, well, I'd say the next truck, granted he didn't win a title this year, would be the most decorated two-wheel drive in farm show when it comes to titles. Talking about Jesse Petro. And when you talk about Petro, it's synonymous with two-wheel drive, and obviously with his dad too, being in two-wheel drive with Caddy's Complaint and the modified and mini. I mean, they know how to pull. Jesse, he was 3rd in NTPA points. He had 1 win on the season. This dude is just good no matter where he goes. He's not a stranger to the farm show. He's got a lot of farm show data, especially with this truck. And I would suspect him to do well again. I mean, it's a Petro thing.
When I think of two-wheel drive trucks at the farm show, I think of Petro. I mean, there's just every time you're there. I mean, since we were young, I mean, it was always Petro. If it wasn't Jesse, it was well, crap, I done gone blank now.
Randy.
Yep.
Or Joey at that one. I mean, I think Joey's been in that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Next, we're going to come to Kentucky, though. Donnie Sullivan, the big stick, ran PPO for years. This year, they decided they wanted to run the NTPA Tour, and they did it in outstanding fashion, picking up the NTPA Grand National title.
Grand National title, BG Ring, going to the Interleague, competing there too. Consistently top 5. They had 2 wins on the season for Recovery and Bowling Green. Bowling Green being there's 62 trucks there. Like I said, consistent. 10 top 10s out of 12 appearances. Winning the BG Ring is no easy thing to do either. Out of 62 trucks, there's 62 people that have a chance at it. Donnie's just good. Plain simple.
All you need to know about that is Sullivan.
Yeah, it's Donnie or Papa Wayne. And then Brant helping with the motors too. Donnie knows how to tune them. Team is just lethal. And they're going to come gunslinging.
Do we know where Big Ed Red went?
Nowhere, I don't think. I think they're just parking it.
Oh, I thought that the chassis had sold. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, you could be right. I'm not sure.
I doubt it.
Body's getting hung up.
Yeah, as it should.
So, well, and then we're going to go to the last one on the list, which is no slouch either. The Mid-South Points champion, Will Teasley, the Apex truck. Multiple wins on the season for Mid-South, running against teams that run everywhere. Foster's, Anderson runs the PPL Champions Tour. The Untouchable truck, that truck's been around forever. Mm-hmm. Apex, Teasley's are no slouches. It doesn't matter what truck they've ever competed with.
Yeah,
I suspect no change here.
Yeah, I remember back early to mid 2000s. They actually had 2 trucks. They had the Bad Boy Dodge, and then they had the old high-tech truck that they campaigned for a little bit. But they took some time away from pulling, with family starting. I mean, Will got married, and I think he started his own family since. He's had past success at the Farm Machinery Show. Heck, whenever he had Bad Boy, he was in the winner circle, and I'm not so sure he didn't win the dang thing. I look for him to be right up there and amongst them, like he's never lost his touch, because he hasn't.
Oh, no.
What, you double checking me? Oh, I thought you said you were looking. Hang on. My bad. You cut out a little bit. Charles, 95 Limited Pros, you are up, and we have got some fun ones.
Yeah, and it's weird that I wound up getting stuck with this class because I never see these guys during this.
It's Saint's fault.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's not a big deal. I tried to get through it as best I could, but yeah, we're going to start off with Jeff Ball, Dr. Deere Tractor. Finished number 4 in Region 3. These guys cross over a lot of organizations. You have to do some serious digging to find everything that they do, because most guys run at least 2 series if they have the time to do it. But 4 top 5s in the Region 3 campaign anyway. Where did you guys run across them?
I see him all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only an hour from my house, so consistently around the Region 3 circuit. I mean, he was there all the time. Also won the Tri-State 4-1 Light Pro Super Combo points there. Jeff's competed against us for years. Know him real well. He's gonna come. He's gonna go there with the good mindset.
Yeah.
So
number 2 in the order, well, in this order anyway, they go by alphabetical. This is not hook order. Gary Barrett, high stakes horsepower, comes out of the Outlaws World. They were number 2 in 2023 on that points tour. made it close. They made it a fight, especially amongst the top three there. They were right in the thick of it throughout the entire year. Had a chance to do some great things, and can't be dissatisfied with a runner-up as many times as they make them run out there on the Outlaws.
No. And obviously they're no shortage of numbers out there either. I mean, whenever guys like Lears or Halke and Conway, when they don't have a hook, they go out west and run against them. So he's consistently running against good tractors. He runs very well. He's won a couple times. I've never seen this version of the tractor run in person, so it's gonna be interesting to see what he does against these guys.
I would agree.
Yeah. Now he's been to Farm Show before. He's not a rookie, is he?
I don't believe that he is. No.
No, the Barrett name's been around for years.
Yeah.
So, well, out east you go.
Yeah, out east we go. Andre Bourdeau, the secret weapon, John Deere. I have never seen this tractor in person. I've only seen it on the live stream from Farm Show last year. He comes out of Vermont, NYTPA champ for this year. That's literally all I know about him.
That's really all there is to know about him. I mean, we've never laid eyes on it and outdoors. I mean, that's one of the unique things about Farm Shows. So we get to see these guys from up in that area. I think he'll run good. He was there last year. I think last year was his first time he's ever been.
Yeah.
So I'm sure notes will pick up and kick in for that one.
Oh yeah.
You won't be intimidated so much this time around. Not to say that it was last year, but I mean, everybody who drops in through that tunnel the first time, you're wound up. I don't care who you are.
I get chills thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. That's going to we're coming down to my area for this next one. Colby Counts, Dixie Deer, Mid-South Points champ, and no stranger success at the National Farm Machinery Show, whether it was in Super Farm or it's been in 4-1.
Or Pro Stock.
Strong.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very dominant tractor all around. I mean, me and Shane see him, year round on the Mid-South circuit. I think he had Charles, 9-10 wins.
It had to be all of that. Yeah.
And I dare say that unless something unexpected happened, he was at least in the top 5.
Yeah. I think he got in the top 3 in his prelim last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I made the finals. But I mean, if you're talking about counts anywhere you go, I mean, he's going to be up in there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this has been years now. I mean, he's in the top.
Yeah. And then we'll talk about his sister whenever we do the Saturday afternoon, because she's in that diesel truck class.
Yep. Real quick on Colby, they were in Super Farm. How long has he been in the limited pro class?
It's been a while now.
I know it's been a few years at the very least.
Yeah, probably. It seemed like around COVID is when he switched.
I think so.
Maybe.
Sounds pretty.
I would say earlier than that.
I was gonna say like 2015, maybe.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was that far back.
I think it's been that long because they have been out of the Super Farm ranks for a while.
I remember the year that they ran Mid-South Super Farm points. I think they had something crazy. It was over a dozen wins that season, the year they won the points title. And then I think, Wyatt, they were the last green one to win a Grand National Points title for the Super Farms until this past year the Freeze family did it, right?
Yep, they were the most recent. That was back in 2010.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, it's been a while.
That's awesome, though.
You know what? I can just by name alone. That's what I'm confusing him with Deer Tracks. So I guess maybe it has been that long.
Yeah,
I guess it has been that long.
It don't feel like it.
No, it doesn't.
No, not at all.
No. Let's go on down to Mr. Geezy with that Hicktown Hurricane.
Ain't easy being Geezy. Number 3 in NTPA Region 3, couple of wins there. Number 3 also on the Wisconsin Tractor Puller State Circuit. Doesn't travel a whole ton, but runs hard when he does.
Oh, yeah. And it doesn't matter who's driving it, as Marcus Wilson also drove it too. The tractor itself runs great.
One of my favorite moments of 2023 was seeing Marcus on something besides a light super.
Well, remember, he came from the diesel side.
Yeah.
So, but no, James is a great dude, great driver. He'll do good. He'll do good on there. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
On to Southern Illinois, Brett Hackstead, the 618 Motorsports 4.1, finished number 2 in the Silver Series points, despite having his attentions divided with the brand new Pro Stock, but had a pretty good year of it. Let's see, on the year, very consistent. Didn't get a win until the season was over. I mean, it was at the end that he locked one in, but a good year for him.
Yeah. Are we looking at another Farm Show rookie on this one?
I believe he is, and he's going to be a rookie twice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we're going to talk about him again here in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
He's going to be running around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Romax
At least we'll have time.
A little bit.
Unless they draw number 1, he's in the top 3 of the winner's circle.
Just imagine he's last hook and then first hook. Oof.
No thanks.
I don't know how that get the heebie-jeebies out quick.
Yeah. He won't be able to stick with the limited pro back and through the tunnel. He's just going to have to sprint.
Yeah, exactly. Just jump. Yeah, they've got the crew to do it.
Next up, Jamie Janke, the moving on machine comes to us out of Outlaws World, number 3 on the year. 5 points out of number 2 by the time it was all said and tallied. So, again, a good summer for them. I don't know that they really had time to run too many other places.
Yeah, I mean, she really started piecing things together at the end of the year, too. I mean, we all follow them on social media, as many pulling teams as we can. But, I mean, all of a sudden you just kept seeing kind of like, oh, she got the first one. Oh, there came the second one. I mean, she started piecing things together this year as far as a driver goes, and I mean, it just takes time to do that.
Yep.
But I'm really excited. I think she'll do well.
Oh yeah, she's been slowly improving, but then it's been exponentially improving. She's a great driver. The end of the year, they were coming with steam. They were like a locomotive coming at Bear for the points title.
Exactly right.
Well, this next one I'm kind of familiar with.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk about Mr. Coots.
Well, John started in Super Farm ranks. Now he's in the 401, and obviously in 401 he's doing amazing. He Badger State points title winner. Consistently held that points throughout the entire year. Not quite sure how many wins he actually had, but everywhere I went to watch him, consistently in the top. But yeah, John's a great dude. Competes everywhere: Midwest Winter Nationals, Farm Show, Toma, any Badger State show. But dude flat out competes.
Do agree.
Yep, I remember my brother running against him in the Super Farm days, and he was a tough competitor back then too.
Mm-hmm.
Wyatt, we're staying up there with you, Chris Lear, that Badger deer.
These guys bounced everywhere, and I mean everywhere. ECI, WTPA, NTPA, Outlaw. Had breakage on both tractors actually throughout the season. One was sidelined after Rockwell by breaking a crank. This one wasn't. This one was the points champion ECI. They roll with these two tractors. I mean, they're identical chassis-wise, identical power-wise. Chris is a great driver. Colin, no slouch either, but Chris has just been doing it that much longer. Didn't have a great show in last year's Farm Show with the other tractor, but I don't think they're going to do that this year. They're going to come guns a-blazing.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one as well.
So
we're staying in your neighborhood with Kevin Lindstrom, Hyper Harvester, number 2, Region 3, couple of wins. Number 2, Wisconsin Tractor Pullers. He posted something here within the hour of when we're recording this that it was on its rear bogie wheels and the front of the tractor was intact, ready to go to the dyno to get ready for this.
Yeah. Now, him and Ashelman actually ended up tying for Region 3, didn't they?
Yes, they did. They ended up
tied.
Points,
you're right, but Chris had 5 wins to 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the tiebreaker was the wins. Kevin's been doing this for years. Super Farm, now limited pro stock, but consistently competes in limited pro stock. Past points winner, Inderley winner. No slouch at all. I mean, they've won a session of Farm Show before, so
Yeah.
Brian Miller, the Dig and Bone out of Marengo, Iowa, from the Ambush team. Really couldn't find too much where they ran a whole lot in 2023.
ECI was the mainstay, as were all the hooks basically around for 4-1s are in Eastern Iowa when it comes to ECI. Brian's been running for years now, Super Farm, as he had Travis Schlabel's old tractor. Now he bought the old Naughty Boys 4-1 a couple years back. And just keeps slowly making strides with this tractor. This past year was one of its banner years, I'd say. Multiple wins and Farm Show. I don't think he's going to be slowing down anytime soon.
I would think not.
Yeah.
And last one in the class is the Gage Schottel, next generation driver, old Black Magic. He's your Western Series champ with 5 wins on the year, and really put it away down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, they ran strong all year long. Another former Super Farmer, his dad has competed at Farm Show before too, so I'm sure Dad will have some tips for son going into this one. But I know he's a rookie, but it's not going to surprise me one bit the way this tractor's ran this year if he's in the top 3 at all.
No. It's cool. It's one of the only different color tractors in the 4-1 class of both sessions.
Yeah.
Case.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a blue one in the other one, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we do.
But that's going to take us to our 10,200-pound pro stock tractors. And obviously, with the alphabetical order, we're going to be leading off with Mr. Tim Kane. 9th in NCPA points, 3 top 5s, 8 top 10s, and 19 appearances. He started kind of making some runs towards the end of the year. He started finding his groove again. I'm not going to be surprised to see a lot better result than we've seen in years past.
I'd say this guy, besides one lower in this class at least, with Kevin Schmucker, has probably got the most experience at Farm Show. Wouldn't you think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Out of this
Pretty
grouping,
Peter Norton's in that discussion too, I'd say.
well, actually, I think not really. I mean, Kevin Schmucker's been running across that floor since the 80s, and Tim Kane is not far behind.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I thought we were just talking about as like this pro stock group, but okay. Yeah.
But
I'll go with that.
Tim's been doing this forever. Same thing with Kevin, but it's Tim Kane and pro stocks. It's a match in heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to go up to the Badger State for the next one. Greg Elsing, the T8 Tomcat, suffered some breakage this year, finished up 7th in the Badger State points, but he did get 3rd in his preliminary round last year. I mean, I remember seeing him sitting there on the tractor just looking nervous as all heck as they came flying down through there, and he ended up getting 3rd. So he's proven he can get into the top 3, into the finals too. I think he had some breakage in the finals last year as well. It just died on him.
The finals last year was rough for everybody. Let's be straight honest.
Yeah, it was.
Greg had a rough year this year too on most occasions. I mean, breaking a piston, throwing through the oil pan in Darlington, Wisconsin. But they've had their great high moments. The end of the year, they ended well in Monroe, Wisconsin. Did very well in Highland, Wisconsin. The tractor ran great there. It's got very high potential. It's just this year the luck was not on their side.
No, it wasn't.
But the way that the 4-1's running, I would suspect the pro stock's going to run the same way.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to say. Based off what I saw at Shipshawana with Thunder Clutch, I'm not going to be surprised if he does it again. If we see that out of the T8.
Yep.
Up next is a guy we've already talked about earlier in the episode in the 4-1s, Brett Hockstedt, the 618 Motorsports Pro. I don't know if he's going to have time to make changes based off the 4-1s. I don't know if there is anything you can take from the 4-1s to the pros.
Not really. They don't even drive the same. I don't think there's much that transfers.
Get her lit and go.
Yeah. First year for him in the pro, obviously, just kind of learning it and working out the bugs. But we're going to see a good run out of that tractor. I talked to Romac this weekend. He said it'll be ready. So I'm looking forward to it.
I bet they're excited.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
I would be, especially having a new pro and farm show. It's going to.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
It's a big deal, and it's a cool tractor.
Yeah, it looks absolutely awesome. Now, is this the one that Cody did the painting with? In like May?
Oh, light painting? Yes, he did. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you guys go look at that. If you might have to scroll for a minute, but trust me, when you find it, it's
I
worth it.
forgot to have done that. You're right. They did.
Yeah, it's awesome. Up next, we're going to go to a tractor everybody knows the name of because it's been around for forever. The Rolling Stone. Bob Johanningman finished up 7th in the PPL points this year. Didn't run the full schedule, though. They just kind of pick and chose where they ran at, but they ran good wherever they went.
They normally do.
Yeah. That's going to take us down to Mr. Clint Medding, the Bulletproof Buck out of Texas. Had 5 appearances on the NTPA side of things this year, 2 top 5s and 3 top 10s while they were at it. Last year was the first time that they had run on the big pro setup with the cooler and everything, and they did well. I expect no less this year. I know there's the engine work on it.
Yeah, well, last year I think they would have had better luck if not for the breakage.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, credit to them, too, from last year. I mean, they scrambled to get that thing fixed and back in time for the finals, and they did.
I mean, that thing was pouring out oil almost the whole way down the track. And did they win or did they get second?
Oh, he won with authority.
Did he?
Yeah, okay. He won and oil was just running down the side panel.
He used all of it up to do it, but he won.
Yeah, he can say he did it though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of my favorite looking tractors too. I mean, just the old sheet metal look. It's clean.
Well, it's not the first time they've ever done that too. Win a session.
Oh yeah, I know.
So,
yeah, that's going to take us to Mr. Brent Meyer. Injected funds, 15 appearances, 3 wins, 7 top 5s, 14 top 10s. Your Grand National champion, your defending National Farm Machinery Show champion. He had a heck of a year.
Oh, yeah. I expect nothing less.
He's not the defending champ.
Oh, he got second, didn't he?
But Grand National champ nonetheless. This dude is coming on strong.
Yes.
I wish I had a way I could go find results from Farm Show last year.
He had the lead for a while, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. He did. That's exactly what it was. That's why I thought he won it, probably.
Well, we thought he won it. I don't remember who came around to get him, but we thought he won it.
Simon, maybe?
Finals?
Yeah.
Kevin Masterson.
It was Kevin. No, yeah.
Remember that?
No, yeah. We're so wrong because Kevin was literally the first took of the class and he ran it.
Yeah. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
We've all seen a lot since then.
Next.
Yeah. Yeah. Peter Norton, Money on Black, another former Super Farm competitor, been running Pro Stock for a few years now. Him and Brad Moss had originally had tractors together. Now they're down to just the Money on the Black. And Peter kind of fought this tractor a little bit. Had some intercooler issues this year. Towards the end of the year, it finally really picked up for him. I think about Shide's Extravaganza. It picked up and started doing and running like it should. But, I mean, I'm excited to see it.
Again, no stranger.
You're talking about guys that fought that thing all year.
Golly, dude. I saw him at Springfield, Tennessee after Shides, and it picked up and went, and he won Springfield, Tennessee with authority.
Made for a good video, too.
Yes, it did. Made for a great video. Go find it. It's in our page somewhere on our Facebook.
It's another one that's way on down there.
Yeah, no joke. That's going to take us Miss Julia Ray, the Mac Daddy tractor, 4th in the NTPA points, 17 appearances, 5 wins, 7 top 5s, 13 top 10s. what else do you need to say besides it's the Mack trailer crew?
I mean, another strong running tractor that is no stranger to Freedom Hall.
Yeah. And she had a heck of a pass going last year till she was on the break, and it just would not come back for her for anything. But the amount of ground speed that she had, she was fixing to be over the top of the sand pile at the rate she was going.
Did she win in 22 or was it? And I know 1 year, and I think it was 22 because it would have been after COVID. I'm pretty sure Mac Daddy or Mac Nasty, whichever order it was, they were 1 and 2 in the finals.
Give me 2 seconds to tell you.
Where are you finding your information is what I want to know.
Yeah,
PowerNoisePhoto.com.
Ah, that's a good option.
Yep. So, yeah, it's been. I mean, Mike and Julia, Connie crew. I mean, they've been in Farm Show for years now. I mean, they not in the longest time they've run the Pro Stock class, but still, I mean, they've just dominant forces. I mean, Julia had a run this year from Rockwell into Napoleon where she just flat out whooped everybody. Rockwell, Charles, you were there with me watching her drive and just monster passes.
Yep, they have. They got some horsepower, and they're kind of sneaky about it. It's like everybody talks about Masterson built tractors and what the Simons have going on, and everything that Lemke's are doing, and then all of a sudden, like Connie and Ray will just come and punch you right in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Flat out, just smoky in the teeth. It's crazy.
Was it Hutch this year where they came out and just absolutely obliterated the field?
Rockwell, they swept Rockwell when Mike wasn't there. She swept it. Then she went to Napoleon, won there too. Hutch was Brent Meyer winning up there.
That was probably in 22 that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, there's been a couple years in Hutchinson where they just whoop everybody too. I mean,
yeah.
Take
like everything you thought you knew, throw it out the door because watch this.
Yeah. So,
yeah. That's going to take us to someone who's no stranger to Farm Machinery Show. I mean, they've been there since what, Charles? At least the 80s?
Oh, yeah. Every bit of.
Yeah.
I've got video to prove it, courtesy of them.
Yeah. Kevin Schmucker, the Get Her Done Deer. He was 7th in the NTPA points this year, 5 top 5s, 12 top 10s. They had their fair share of struggle this year with this one.
Both
it was
them,
also
they were a little off this year. They didn't were bad. They just a little off.
Just not a Schmucker year.
No.
Then again, the night that they had trouble with theirs, I think everybody's having trouble with theirs at Chapel Hill on Saturday this year.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
That was rough.
That was really rough.
The thing is, we had gotten rained out the night before.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was just the air or what it was.
Just a case of the bad luck.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Now this next one, I think we're all excited to see because we've already seen what their other Pro Stock looks like. Of course, talking about the Shelton crew, Reese Shelton, Sleek 1066, former Outlaw Pro Stock. I think that was called Gutted.
Tapped out.
Okay.
Tony Wortman.
Yeah. I'm super, super excited to see this one.
Everybody is. If it looks anything as clean as the 1206 is, we're in for a treat.
Have you seen anything at all?
Nope.
Neither have I.
And we won't till Farm Show.
I've not gotten any spy shots coming out of Pennsylvania, but I think it's all, quite frankly, asses and elbows around there right now trying to get everything done.
They've got to get out.
There's a reason why they didn't take the minis to Florida.
Yeah, no kidding.
They got a couple debuts to worry about.
Yeah, and I know of an engine that they're working on already. Up next, Wyatt, we're coming to your quote-unquote neighbors. Brandon Simon, the loud and heavy. He was second in the NTPA points, 2 wins, 8 top 5s, 15 top 10s.
What else is guys? You talk about guys that are not afraid to turn the pump up anytime soon.
just hammer it.
When they took to this class, they went full force.
Yeah, they did.
This one, the old Green Street Cruise Pro Stocks. I mean, that when Brandon and RJ took over these tractors, it's just like it awakened a new era of Simon Pulling because they're never not competitive with them. I mean, winning at Bowling Green, they finished in the top at Farley, burning it down there too. I mean, damn, they won TPC one night. Everywhere they go, it is always up top. And you won Brandenburg too with authority. So,
yeah,
this tractor is no slouch whatsoever.
And they've made a long-standing name for themselves in the pro stock class.
Yeah,
they've
they
only
haven't
been in it for
been
3
that
years.
long.
They stamped their names in history.
Yes, they have. The round out our 10-2 pro stock tractors, we're going to go with Travis Wildman, the diehard deer. Your Badger State points winner. I did not dig through all the Badger State hooks that they had to see how many wins he had. But Wildman's not a strange name to the Farm Machinery Show either. So I expect nothing but good things out of this tractor. The 8R sheet metal, absolutely gorgeous tractor.
These guys, if you need sheet metal, not placement and hood placements and stuff like that, these guys are amazing at it.
I mean, we've seen a couple of the pro stocks that have come out of their shop here recently.
Yeah.
The 400 hood looking absolutely awesome.
They are great.
Yep. All right, boys. You've had time to sit and ponder and listen, and as we all go over all these numbers, it's time to make your picks for Thursday night.
I got a
Where are
paper
we
right
going
now.
to Super Farm?
Well, I'm going to go with Ryan Anderson with checking out. I mean, that doesn't need an explanation.
I feel like I saw that one coming.
There's no explanation needed.
Charles, your turn.
Do we know if this class is actually going to be first that night?
Odds
Thursday
are,
usually is.
yeah, I mean,
Can I pick whoever's going to be the test hook if they keep it? And can I pick number 3 if the test hook drops it?
no. We've had the same discussion
Way
last
too
year, though. I remember this because we were talking about where we put guys, and then we all of a sudden we started figuring out the hook order halfway through the show. We started changing our minds.
No, I had to toss a coin looking at this one between 2 names, and the name that came up is going to be Josh Miley.
There went my.
That was my number 2. If I didn't get to go first, I just took initiative because there was a long pause.
Wyatt, go ahead. I think I know where you're going, though.
No, you don't. I'm going to pick a guy that, even though he had a rough year, I think now make his return to Farm Show. He's going to make a statement. I'm going to take Jeremy Roberts.
He was my number 2.
Solid.
There went my 1, 2, and 3 picks just all right there down the drain.
Well, you might
There
as
is no
well.
rule that says you can't pick the same one that we took.
Yeah, we went over that.
We are not doing that again.
The only one we did that on was Tinker Toy, and I mean it's Tinker Toy.
I'll tell you what. Give me Steve Yankee. Holy smokes!
Oof.
When he's right, he's right. I don't hate that.
I mean,
if you don't want to take my first 3,
anything can happen.
jeez. All right, Charles, you're going first on the 2-wheel drives.
Okay, if I'm going first in 2-wheel drive, again, I want to pick number 1 or number 3, but I'm going to go, based on what I've seen already this year, Donnie Sullivan, Big Stick.
Ooh,
Not mad about it at all.
no, me neither. It's not where I thought you were going, though.
Wyatt, go ahead.
I am going to go Asher Corzine.
Yep, knew that was coming. I'm going third this time.
I'm waiting on you today, Junior.
Will Teasley and Apex, give it to me.
Of course. I mean, no stranger. Definitely plenty of experience. I mean, love the truck. Give me Jesse Petro.
Ooh.
This class, I mean, it doesn't matter if you pick anybody different. It's just there's so many in this
We're
class.
going to come back from farm show. We're like a bunch of idiots.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
All right, Wyatt, go ahead on the 95s.
I'm gonna go John Coots.
Okay.
Digging deer.
I like it.
Go on.
Today, Junior.
Give me Gage shot on the Old Black Magic.
Woo!
That was out of left field. Didn't see that one coming. I'm rocking with my home state boy. Give me Colby Counts.
He was my other pick.
We've both seen what it can do. I mean,
Yeah, we both know it, but I'm trying to stay out of like the regional bias of it. I'm trying to.
when you're dominant, you're dominant.
I know.
Well, since you three already went first and left my number one on the table, I'm taking it. Kevin Lindstrom.
Ooh.
I didn't
He was
even.
sitting there, wasn't he?
That's fair. He was waiting. He was sitting here like, oh yeah.
He was
all
just
right.
sitting here like, oh, I got you, youngins. I got you now. Right where
see,
I want you.
I've seen Kevin way too much, and I'm not saying he can't win. It's just the recent luck at Farm Show is just not in his favor.
You can't buy
He's
one.
going to the dyno. Let's pray he doesn't blow it up there, okay? Let's not jinx it.
Die.
Well,
We'll let you pick again if it happens.
he's got a magician for a dyno, guys. So let's.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. If he blows it up on the dyno, then I'll go with Nervous Nelly, Brett Hackstead.
Okay.
Well, to be fair, they could just take the other motor out of Adrenaline Rush and drop it in. So
True. That's true.
Well, that is fair. Adrenaline Rush didn't get in, right?
no, it didn't have a good year at all. They broke it at Toma, and they were out for half the year, which is just fortunate.
Yeah. All right, pro stocks.
Then you get to go first.
There's
I
either
know.
going to be a bunch of the same or going to be all different.
I designed this way on purpose. I wanted the first pick in the pro stocks.
It don't matter. It's a toss up either way.
Give me Brent Meyer injected funds.
That was number one for me. We'll go with number two, and I mean, arguably they're one and the same. Brandon Simon, Loud and Heavy.
Yeah. That was my other pick.
I'm going to say, I guess I'm next. I'm going to say that Chaos is due to hit one on something here, and give me Reese Shelton in the Sleek 1066.
Wow, I like it.
I like the thinking there. But
I
I
think
also,
you took Wyatt's
but
pick.
I also like the streak that she went on in 22. I'm going to give you Julia Ray.
I'm honestly shocked no one went for Clint Metting.
He was my third.
The only thing
third.
the only thing is, it's just the amount of time in between Chapel Hill and now.
Yeah.
What's in the seat.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he can't win. I mean, it's got mattress and power, but
Yeah.
And Peter Norton got left on the table too.
Well, yeah. I mean,
know.
you really, truly, you couldn't pick one. I mean,
That's a tough one. That was a tough one.
Brett's sitting there. Greg's sitting there too.
just the names.
We left Schmucker on the table too.
We did. I know.
All right. Well, y'all, that's going to do it for this edition of the Motorsports Almanac. Make sure you guys keep telling your friends we're on all these new platforms now. I mean, we're going to do our best to put it out there ourselves, but give us a follow on our Facebook, TikToks, and Instagrams, and we will see you guys for the breakdown of the third session, which is Friday night. And that pro stock class is going to be fun.
Oh, no, it's not. Not if you're in it.
Yeah, no,
Just
not
wait till we have the picks.
everybody's gonna be sweating.
Oh, we're going to be yelling at each other over the picks on that one, I feel like. Here we go. All right, y'all. See y'all soon.
All right.